YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Horse Racing Manager 2. I haven't played this game on the channel in months, and we're doing Spectator mode because, as you guys know that have been on this channel, Harness Horse Racing mode is literally like fixed. And when I say fixed, I mean like the game mechanics are so screwy that it's hard to win unless you're technically cheap at giving your horse like 99 stat endurance. So we're just going to bet on races. We're going to do the 1600 meter race at Vincennes. Now, for whatever reason, the races here I don't think are actually the regular harness horse. Actually, they could be. I'm not sure. Actually, don't quote me on that. So, anyways, we're going to be betting here. We have $20,000 to bet with. So, our first race is a field of 10 going 1,600 meters. It's the Big Breeders' Crown Prix. So let's go ahead and look. Actually, what I like to do when I'm betting in this game, and you do have real time, as you see in the bottom right, we have 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So that's really cool. It kind of gives you a more realistic aspect when the race starts. Usually when I bet, I like to look at horses, and we're going to get to watch the race as soon as we place our bets, so don't worry about that. I like to look at horses with the highest stamina rating and speed. So this horse right here, Desert Red Cloud, stamina is garbage. The speed is really high, and it's 4 stars. You can also look to see if they've won anything this year. This horse hasn't. Horse number 2, is this like a maiden race? Because nobody, okay, there is one horse that has a winnings, okay. The second horse, stamina, bad. Don't want to take a chance on that. This third horse, stamina, bad. Fourth horse, bad. But it has 3,200 winnings this year, so not bad. Not terrible. Fifth horse, stamina is at 35. It's the best in the field so far, and with career winnings of 8,400. You see the last couple of results out of the last 5 races. 2 first place finishes and a second place. So I'm probably going to try to bet on this 5 here. As far as the 6 is concerned, big career earnings, over six figures, or actually over 5 figures. Last results though, a couple placing finishes, but that stamina is at 2, so I'm not too confident on that. This horse stamina is at 25. This horse stamina is at 17. This horse stamina is at 40. Has broke in the last 3 races, which isn't good, but finished 4th in the other 2. Career winnings is 1,300. So maybe the 5 and the 9 I might do, and or this horse actually, the 5 and the 10. Color Linda, her stamina, or his stamina, no, her stamina, excuse me. It's a mixed field of, I don't know how old these horses are. 6 years, 5 years, okay, so they're pretty old. Well, harness horse racing, they can go longer. Anyways, this horse, the 10 horse, her stamina is 65, her speed rating is 90. You see our last 5 finishes, 5th, 1st and 5th, 9th, 2nd, and 2nd. It's late again. It's almost 3 a.m., so forgive me. So we're going to go 5 and 9 here. So you go to tips just to see what everybody's talking about. There's 5 different suggestions you can get from different forecasts, quote unquote. So Predictions Mag says the 5, Angels Do Robin, successfully lately in her lower class races. A win here would not be a surprise. Let's look for the 5 again, or the 10 somewhere. Nobody's betting on the 10 here. Nobody's predicting the 10. Now the 9 I did say because of the career winnings overall, but the 10, her odds, she's going off essentially. I would put this 16, 17 to 1 to 10. Now the 5 is actually a long shot. Wow, the 5 is actually a long shot on today's field going 1,600 meters. So let me go ahead and look at the field again. Stamina is only 35. I'm looking at the last 5 results. I don't think that's terrible. Maneuverability isn't great. Morale is pretty high. Technique is also good. This is really not a bad horse. And who are they saying is the actual favorite here? So let me go to bets and you see which horse is the favorite. It's the 1, 9. The 5 and 10 are actually really, really low at the bottom here. I'm kind of surprised by that. They're saying the 1 and the 9. So let's go ahead and look at these horses and see what their actual stats are. So the 1, yeah, it's an 8-star horse, which is max, but its stamina is absolute garbage. Its speed is pretty good, obviously at 92, but last finishes, 6th, disqualified, 2nd, disqualified, 3rd. Let's look at the 9, Super Champ. 8-star horse again, but this is the horse, like I said, it broke 3 times out of his last 5 races, which means it didn't even finish the race. Now, the stamina itself isn't bad. I'm kind of nervous about that. But you know what? Well, we'll go out on a limb here today. I still got a good feeling about who has the highest stamina between the 5 and the 10. Technically the 10 has the highest stamina. I don't know why this horse isn't rated well in this field. It's really kind of confusing. Really confusing. I think I'm gonna bet on the 5 to win. So here's what we're gonna do. We have 1,000 to bet on this race alone. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 300. on the 5-horse to win. Now keep in mind, I changed the numbers in here because when I play this game again for like a series on this channel, I'm going to be doing the thoroughbred mode, so that's why I changed the numbers. You guys that have been around here for a while know these numbers obviously used to resemble the actual harness horse racing numbers. Now they resemble the thoroughbred. You can't have both in the game at the same time, which is unfortunate, but I just want to get that out there because I don't want anybody to think, yo, you don't even have the right numbers. It's like, I've been watching horse racing for a long time. I'm well aware of the numbers for both sets of horse racing. I could do a place as well. Actually, why did I bet on the 5 to win? I really meant to do a place. Well, we're gonna do. Forget it. We'll do this bet on the 10 to come in first, second, or third. So to show, basically, I didn't want to solo bet the 5 to win. I wanted to bet the 5 to show, but it's all good. And then we're gonna do something. I could bet. Was I gonna go 1, 5, 10, or was I gonna go 9, 5, 10? Let's look. Super Champ. Take a risk on Super Champ or take a risk? I'm gonna take a risk on Super Champ. The one with 7 stamina. You know, this is a relatively quick race, but 7 stamina is awful. So we're gonna do a trio bet here. We're gonna do 200. We're gonna do we're gonna do a trifecta here. We're gonna go 9, 5, 10, try. And then we're going to do a, let's see, we'll do a duo, which will be just an exact box, which will be, I'll do 5 and 10. I don't know why I feel like the 5 and 10 may do better than what their odds say. We'll see. So there's all of our bets, guys. We got a 5 solo to win, which I didn't want to do, but it's there. We got the 10 to show. We got a trifecta of a 9, 5, 10 in any order. And then we have an exacta of 5 and 10 in any order. So 3 minutes left, but we're going to go ahead and go to race day. And let's see actually how this turns out. So, like I said, hopefully this works out for us. We'll see. I've tried this a little bit off screen. I have some success. I do. When I actually go through things like I just did for you guys, I have some relative success. But this game is unpredictable, just like betting and gambling in real life, of course. So, like I said, of course, the numbers are going to resemble the thoroughbred numbers because that is what I'll be doing as a series here within the next, maybe the next month or two. So I just want to get that out there. Obviously, just want to get that out there. So there's the field on the post parade, and here we go. And it's a field of 10 going 1,600 meters, which I think on this course is just once around. There's a lot of different courses in here, so that changes, and they're off. Okay, so let's see who actually gets a good start here. I'm going to change this camera angle. Let's see right here what we got, and the 2 is going out to the front. 2, that is Flamu de whomever. I'm not sure. Now, I believe, is that my 10 all the way? That is my 10 all the way on the outside there. Trying to get good positioning. Now, I always forget how you can go to different horses. It's kind of hard to tell. That's how you speed up the race. And we'll just have to stick to this camera mode because I don't think you can actually choose an individual horse to spectate in this race like you do others. So right now, the 3, Miami King is in first place. The 2, Flamu du Prestige, I'm assuming, was in second. He has dropped to 4th now. Super Champ, the 9, is up to 2nd place. And the 10 that we bet on, Color Lindona, she has found her way up to 3rd place, which is good. Now, one thing I don't like about, I hate these tracks. These tracks in this game, they're really bad frame rate wise when it comes to recording, and it's just not a pleasurable viewing experience. So our 10 is up there. I have no idea where the 5 is at, but the 10 is up there now. The 8 and the 4 are moving up. The 9, which was one of the favorites, is sitting there in 2nd place, getting a nice inside trip along the rail. 3, Miami King, still leading. I believe after they come around turns 3 and 4 right here, this should be the final stretch. So let's see if we can change up. Why are we watching the 1? I do not want to watch the 1. Like I said, there's no way to like change. So jockeys are putting the horses under the whip here, or I should say the drivers here. So we're coming to the final stretch. The 5 is all the way back here, so the 5 is going to mess up all of my tickets unless that horse is able to find a way to make any moves. We're coming around the home stretch. The 1, which is also a favorite, trying to make a move. And now, who's actually leading? Is that the 8? That's the 8, Python Sassy, taking control here. The 3 still hanging in there with Miami King. You got the 6 rolling up. The 10 has dropped out of contention kind of along the inside rail. The 9 is trying to find some space. The 1 also trying to make a move, but it's still Python Sassy in first place. And Python Sassy, she's going to end up taking this first race. Miami King, though, still held on for a strong 2nd place finish. Really close photo for 3rd. And that's how that first race is going to conclude, ladies and gentlemen. Our 5 came in last, and I think so. Our 10 came close to that. So safe to say, I guess the public in this game, they were kind of right, kind of not right. Let's see. The 9 finished in 4th. The 1 finished in 7th. The 10 finished in 6th, which is who we bet on, and the 5 finished in dead last. So that's, well, they did say the 5 wasn't supposed to do well. We didn't win jack squat, but it's okay. It's okay. We have another chance in another race. So let's see what we can do here. That was fun though. That was fun watching that kind of play out. So we have $19,000 remaining. Like I said, you have $1,000 total to bet in each race, which is kind of nice. So here we are. I like to typically do the shorter races because the longer races in this one are really, really, really long, especially for harness horse racing. They are really long. So we're going to go do this race. Let's see. 3. I'm just looking at the ages. I'd rather do a race with just horses at the same age. Let's do a race with 3-year-olds. Small Town Grand Prix. It's all 3-year-olds, mix of fillies and mares, or is it just, or excuse me, mix of fillies and colts. So it's a field of 14. We're going to do what we usually do. I'm going to look through all the horses based off of speed and stamina and see, based off of that and their results, who I like, and then see what the public says. So the 1, Bang Call, speed is 41, stamina is 85. Last 5 results, besides that 4th place finish, not too impressive. But stamina at 85, that's something I want to look out for. The 2, Sister de Corones, which is French, so it's probably pronounced much differently. Last 5 finishes, not good. Speed is good, stamina is average. The 3, stamina 62, speed is 56. Last 5 finishes, I got a 1st and a 5th place in there, so not bad. The 4, not great stamina, speed, blah. Last 5 finishes, 2 3rd place finishes in there. The 5, Paris Design, pretty solid. Pretty solid last 5 results here. 4th, 5th, 5th, disqualified or broke, and then 1st. So 1 and 5 is kind of what I'm leaning on right now. We got the 6, really good stamina. Speed is solid, but has essentially broke last 4 out of 5. So that's not good. The 7, good finishes. Top 5 in all the last 5 races, but the stamina is not good. So 1, what did I say, 157? Let's do 157 right now. That's kind of what I'm leaning on. The 8, not looking good. The 9, not looking good. The 10, stamina's at 54 last, what did I say, 157 right now. The 11, not too impressive. 12, not that impressive. 13, blah, and 14, blah. 157, that's what I'm looking at right now. Let's see what the forecast says. So they got the 1 in there, Bang Call. It says talented horse, started the season with some solid outings, should be a major player. Okay, and there's your last 5 finishes we went over. Let's see what horse races say. They also got the 1 in there. Finished strongly late despite being overweight, looking to confirm. Jockey Daly's got the 1 in there as well, coming off a solid outing. Race Passion, got the 1 in there. Pretty much every forecast has the 1, but not the 5 or the 7. So let's actually look at the tote board here. So the 5 is here towards the bottom. The 7 is actually at the top, and the 1 somehow is in the middle. These tips are so weird sometimes. All of them can say one horse is going to win, and then that horse is like literally not even at the top of the totem board. Like, I don't understand. Anyways, we're going to stick to just what I want. Like, I like to get some advice based off of what they say, but like I said, I'm just taking the horse's stats and the last 5 showings into results. So we're still going to do 157. Now, who am I actually looking for a place? I'm going to get 7. I'm going to get 7 for a show, I mean. So we're going to do 7. We'll get 7 for a show here. We'll bet 500 on that. A trifecta, 157 is probably unlikely. 157 trifecta, more than likely unlikely to finish top 3. So let's try to do something. Let's just try to do let's do an exacta box. We'll do an exacta box of 7-1. We'll bet 250 on that. Actually, you know what? We'll bet 150. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bet 150 on a 7-1 box, or exacta box in any order. We're gonna bet 150 on a 7-5 box in any order. for the exacta, and then we'll bet the last 200 on a show for, what was I really liking, the 5 or the 1? I'm gonna do the 1. We'll bet our last 200 on a show for the 1. So we got a show bet for the 7. We have a show bet for the 1, and then we have 2 exacta box bets on 7-1 and 7-5. That is what we got here. We are broke right now. We're like 0 for 4. Let's see if we can go 4 for 8 here in this race. Highly unlikely we go 4 for 8. At least if I win one of my bets, that would be pretty nice indeed. So it's a field of 14. Field of 14. And we'll see how this pans out here. See how this pans out. Might actually end up being the last race here. Just want to keep this a little bit short today. It would be cool if they actually did a post-parade like trotting. That would be awesome if that was actually implemented in this game. Maybe somewhere down the line in a future game. But you guys get the point. So here we go. And let's see what angle. Hopefully they'll start right here. And runners away. Runners away. All right. They're off and trotting. And let's see, we're looking for 157. So the 1 still has this nice easy trip along the rail. The 9 on the outside looks to be doing pretty well. So is the 8. That's Hello Cologne and Jewel Palladium getting some good starts. The 3 is tucked in here. The 5, not seeing the 5 right there. Okay, the 5 is right there. No idea where the 7 is. So right now the 1 looking pretty strong here. 1 looking pretty strong. I'll switch back and forth between camera angles because sometimes this camera angle is kind of like ash. It's all right here, but for every corner, it's not ideal. But the 1 is looking pretty good. You got the 13 and the 3 up there. So Bang Call still leading. The 13 Acro Melodies looks to be trying to overtake on the outside there, running 2 wide. Track Atique is in 3rd place, battling with the 4 horse Emeria de Bruyere. These French names I do not know how to pronounce. Maybe I should actually take some French courses. So when I'm playing this game, I can actually like try to pronounce these names properly. So I don't recall how many turns. This is not the last turn. They're going to have one more turn, I believe, after this one. And then they'll be on the home stretch. So right now, the 13, Acro Melodies, is leading. Bang Call's in 2nd place, but is about to be challenged by the 4, Amira. Now we got the 5 making a run on the outside here, trying to go 3 wide. That is Paris Design. That's another horse we got. I think, what did I say? I said 7 and 1 for show. I didn't even put the 5 in show. Where is the 7 at? Where is the 7? I do not see the 7. Is that the 7 back there? I don't know where the 7 is. That's concerning. I have no idea where the 7 is. Definitely not up here near the top 5. Now they're running 4 wide here along this back straight. And this should be the last turn, and it is. So let's see what happens. Bang Call is still in there. I did put Bang Call to show, so if that horse finishes 3rd, we will get a bet. So they're on the home stretch now. 13 still leading. Bang Call, the 1 is still there, kind of tucked in 2nd place, battling with the 4 and the 5. 14 is up there. 7 is nowhere to be seen in sight. And right now it's the 14, 13, and the 5 battling. The 1 maybe going to be able to catch one of them when we get closer to the wire. It's kind of hard to tell. Now the 5 taking off. Oh, of course. The time I don't bet on the 5 to show. Looks like the 5 is going to show, and I don't think the 1 is going to get 3rd place. So Paris Design ends up taking this one. The 14 finishes in 2nd. 13 finishes in 3rd. The 4 in 4th. And Bang Call, the 1 horse, finishes in 5th. And the 7 was literally at the back of the pack the entire time. Golly gall. 0 for 8, people. 0 for 8. Oh, man. The one time I don't bet on the freaking 5 like I should have, like I did last race, 5 wins. The 5 wins. Paris Design ends up winning. 222.40. Final finishing time. Basically going off at almost 18 to 1 odds. Like, fantastic. The 1 finished in 5th, 7 finished in last. Yep, nothing for me. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Bummer, bummer. 0 for 8. 0 for 8. Put this back down to 1,800. Well, guys, on that note, I think that will do it here for today. I will be back with this again. I have this profile saved, so I can just come back and continue to kind of run through these. Because, like I said, playing this game is just not fun because the mechanics for the harness horse racing mode are so broken, and the only way to really enjoy it is if you cheat and give your horse, like I said, 99 stamina. That's like the only way to really compete with the harness horse racing in this game. I tried fixing the files myself. I tried, going into the coding and changing some numbers around. I ran some tests. I could not find anything that would work. I could not figure out how to get this to be more stable and more fair for us human players. So unfortunately, I just think however they coded it, I mean, you got to think about it. They released this game. There was no beta. There was no nothing. They released this game, and then that was it. They like disappeared. I don't even think the company is even around anymore. I think they're completely, defunct or whatever it is at this point. So they made this game, they dropped it, and then that was literally it. Most games, obviously, that continue to have development, they would have patched those, those issues with the harness horse racing mode. So it is what it is. This game is still enjoyable. The harness horse racing mode, you can still play. Like, I can still do a stable mode, but like I said, I'd have to, like what I'm saying is horse editor. Now, I don't have a horse. I do have a horse here. What horse is this? So you have to come to this horse editor, right? Now, here are two horses I apparently have in a file. I didn't even remember. Anyways, you can edit the stats here. So you see stamina for this horse, beauties. I'm gonna call this horse Beauty Do, just for the sake of this example. Beauty Do, okay? I can go ahead and change her stamina from a 43 to a 99, and that gives me an honest chance if I were to play this game at not having the horse break and lose stamina by the end of the race. That's literally the only way we really end up losing. Stamina and technique both would have to be at 99. I wouldn't touch any of the other stats. I wouldn't touch acceleration, speed, maneuverability, morale, or conditioning. But stamina and technique both would have to be at 99. Otherwise, it's really, really, really hard to finish a race without your horse completely gassing. You can obviously give them a star rating. You can change the coat. So this horse editor is actually cool, and it's nice that they have it. And like I said, if you don't mind doing that, that's fine. I just like a little bit more realism with my series, which is why I stopped doing this, because I'm like, it's kind of not fair. Like, if I'm winning races, it's because I literally gave my horses 99 stamina and 99 technique. It just doesn't feel as rewarding. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the only way you can really compete in the harness horse racing mode in this game. If you actually want to like win, if you just want to play it just to play it from a manager standpoint, then by all means have fun, and it's still great for that. But if you're trying to win and trying to compete, that to me in the horse editor mode here is the best way to give yourself a chance. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video, or this portion of the 2 uploads I think I did today. So appreciate you guys on the support as always. Make sure to smash the like button if you want this game. Description box below. Go to the website. Make sure you read everything on the instructions, because sometimes people do not do that, and then they're confused about things when I've already illustrated and instructed and detailed things on the website if you want to acquire this game. So other than that, appreciate you guys' love and support. Until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you have a great and fantastic day. See ya, and goodbye.